Switching it up tonight. No cup, straight bottle, no cap. Okay, that was terrible, but no cap on the bottom. Episode 8, Shed talk show, not a podcast. I feel like we've been a little lackadaisical with, stressing that lately. It's a talk show. All right? Welcome back. It's Wednesday. It's a really weird day. I'm not gonna lie. We're recording at 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night, which is not normal so far. I got my Moe's Queso shirt. We got it last year. Me and a couple buddies from work. We went to Moe's on National Queso Day. And the workers hooked us up. They all hooked us up each with like a huge cup of queso. Thing was filled to the brim. I'm not gonna lie. I was probably farting queso bubbles for like the next 4 days after that. I'd walk by girls and instead of like smelling cologne, I think they could just smell the queso on me. Like, like when people have been drinking liquor, you could smell it off of them when they walk past you. That was how the queso smelled on me probably for the next couple of days. Anyway, little tangent there, but they also gave us a free shirt for free queso day. And, we're drinking a Sunkist Zero. We're wearing a queso shirt. We're recording on Wednesday night. It was a crazy day. Look, you guys cannot say that I'm not dedicated and that I don't love every single one of you that listen to this, okay? I went to work today. I stayed there until about 5:45, I think it was. Long day at work. We came home, did even more work to try to catch up. I'm off Friday and going out of town, so I really wanted to get A, shoot an episode before I leave, B, get all my work done before I'm off Friday because, you gotta finish the job, man. Job's not finished. But I was texting with my buddy Connor. He texted me and he was talking about how he loved the last episode. When we released on Sunday, it went over the college football recap, another UF slander, Billy slander, the usual. But I told him, I said, yeah, man, I'm trying to get this episode in, but I'm super busy. It's I was honest to God, I was making an excuse. And he called me out on my bullshit. And he said, and you know what? And this resonated with me, really pissed me off. But it was in a good way. He said, no excuses, dude. You want to be like Billy Napier? Oh, man, dude, I got so pumped up / pissed. So pumped up when I read that, though, that I rolled down the window, flicked off a kid in the back seat of the car next to me. Actually, I gave him the double deuces. I ran 3 red lights. I popped a couple curbs. I don't even care, dude. I had to get home. I made a cup of coffee at 6:30 at night. I'm a freaking idiot, man. But one thing you can't say is that my mama didn't raise no sissy. No. She might have raised an absolute dumbass, and there's a couple screws loose, but she didn't raise a sissy. And he's dedicated, all right? So I'm fired up, man. It's 9 o'clock. I'm not going to sleep tonight, probably. But I don't care. I got one last day of work, and I was fired up for this pod. Anyway, on the agenda, we've got, in terms of the main stuff, we've got, I want to react to the AP Top 25 poll that came out obviously they came out on Sunday, but I didn't really get to it because I don't think it had released yet when I was recording. But who cares? Who wants to talk about it on Sunday? The Sunday is NFL. We'll quick recap of NFL, quick preview of this weekend's games for both college football and NFL, and I got some random thoughts that came to mind. But I might push those towards the next episode because, time crunch and all that shebang shabazz, but anyway, we'll start with NFL because we did college football already. NFL Week 2 is under wraps, and I gotta get biased right here. The Jaguars lost to a backup quarterback. As a Jaguars fan, what the hell is new? Same old Jags, dude. New staff. I really like this new staff. I can't lie. I'm very excited for this new staff. Trevor's looking better and better, learning Liam Cohen's system and all that. But I mean, it's unexcusable, man. No excuses. You're on the road. You're winning. Joe Burrow gets injured. He's out the rest of the game. And also, Jags. The rest of the league can say you're welcome to the Jags, by the way, for injuring Joe Burrow for 3 months. Everyone's in the AFC North. Everyone in the AFC, their path just got a lot easier. So y'all are welcome. Clearly, we got the shit out of the stick because we lost to Jake Rounding for the second time in 2 years. Whatever. But you got to win those games, man. Backup quarterback comes in midway through the second quarter, so he's got to play 2.5 quarters. And he threw 3 picks, I'm pretty sure. And you still found a way to lose the game. Oh my goodness, guys. BTJ looks like he's Brian Thomas Jr. For those who don't know who that is, just using some slang, BTJ. He looks like he's scared to get hit. And hey, man, newsflash, I know Trevor, I know quarterbacks can throw some hospital balls that are going to get you hurt, but you got to make the plays, man. Especially on the ones that aren't the hospital balls. You got to make those plays, dude. What are we doing? Jeremy Brown dropped a wide open touchdown in the end zone. Oh, that one hurt the soul. But then the defense, I mean, the last drive of the game, the defense, they come on the field. Cincinnati has the ball on like the 5, I think. The ball on the 5, I think a little bit before the 2-minute warning. You got to get a stop. Some point. You're up by 3. You just cannot let them drive down the field and score. If they score a field goal, if they kick a field, whatever, you go to overtime. It is what it is. You let the Jake Browning-led Cincinnati Bengals offense drive 95 yards on your allegedly, air quotes, improved defense. I don't give a rat's ass that you got 3 picks, that the offense missed a field goal, they dropped a couple touchdowns. I don't care. You gotta pin your ears back and let those MFers know that you're winning this game. You lost that game. I don't care about anything else. I do care, but still, when it mattered most, you guys shriveled up. You guys became a shell of yourselves. This is terrible. Also, the pass interference call on Travis Hunter on 4th down that would have ended the game. Absolute utter atrocity. Sorry he's good at covering the guy. Sorry the dude can't get any separation. Travis is just that good. But okay, whatever. Had to take a swig. Throat was already feeling parched. Immunity. But that game aside, NFL got kicked off Thursday night. The Packers beat the Commanders. It's kind of a snoozer of a game. That his final score was 27-18. Commanders' offense just does not look good. And I'm not trying to be, the whole I told you so, and I was praying on their downfall. Not at all. I really like Jane Daniels. I really like a lot of the guys on the Commanders. Bobby Wagner, Seahawks legend, Legion of Boom. But I was talking to, some of my buddies at work, in the offseason, and told us, yeah, I'm really worried about the sophomore slump with Jane Daniels. Not so much he, struggles big time, but, he was a magician last year. He had to be a magician at times, it felt like. And it just, he had to make the sparks, it felt like, and the playoff run was very magical. They were all clicking. They got hot at the right time. That defense isn't very good. The O-line is not great either. And I was just scared that, maybe they take a step back. And so far they have been. Now, hey, maybe, Scary Terry McLaurin, their star wide receiver, he didn't play all preseason. He was holding out for a new contract. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe this is kind of like their preseason. They're getting their connection back. You know what I mean? So, hey, regardless, that game was a snoozer. Green Bay was killing them for the most part, that game. Yeah, whatever. The most entertaining game, I think, of the weekend was the Cowboys and the Giants, and that was just a midget slapbox. I had my buddy, Jacob Cooper, big Colts fan, by the way, and hey, how about the Colts 2-0? What a game that was. I know I'm going off on a tangent here. I'm getting off track. I don't really care. Who cares about the Cowboys and Giants? That game, it was a great game, but whatever. Not watchable. But the Colts, dude, oh my God. They were going blow for blow, score for score with the Broncos in the first half. Neither team could really be stopped. I think Denver was up 21-20 at the half, I believe. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe something like that. And then defenses really pinned their ears back in the second half. The Colts down 28-26, drive all the way down the field. They get into field goal range, and they go for a 60-yard field goal as time expires. And the Colts kicker pushes it right. It's no good, but then a flag on the field. Denver Broncos, what are you doing? Why are you going for a blocked field goal? It's 60 yards. Just stick to your assignment. The odds are he's not going to make it. But you get called for leverage. What the hell is even leverage? I don't even know what that means. What even is that? However, you get called for leverage, you get a 15-yard penalty, and it's a do-over with no time left. So this is it. And he gets, honestly, a 45-yarder for a lot of NFL kickers is a chip shot. And Colts kicker, Schrader, I think his name is, makes it. I told Coop, you got to order his jersey off DHgate this week because that dude is the MVP for y'all. He made 5 field goals that day, including the game winner. But Colts are looking dangerous, man. I'm just saying. I didn't call it, but I did mention it on the show that They got some weapons, dude. The team is very good, and so far, Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes is fitting in well with that offense, and Jonathan Taylor's the beneficiary of it. He is going off. He just looks fantastic. But Colts are scary, dude. Colts are scary. But for the rest, as far as the rest of the games go, there were some good games. There weren't a lot of great matchups, though. The headliner, obviously, Eagles and Chiefs Super Bowl rematch. Actually, two different Super Bowl rematches. And again, it was kind of a defensive battle, slugfest. Both teams want to play that way, though. That's just how their teams are that's just the composition of those teams. Slugfest, ground and pound. We're going to, each defense is going to wear each other down. Eagles won 2017. A lot of controversy about the tush push. Listen, dude, I know there was, I guess the Eagles ran it on the goal line score. People were saying there were some false start penalties or something. Dude, we gotta just cut it out with the freaking tush push crap. It's been going on for years now. Just either find a way to defend it or just shut up, man. It's so annoying. You got the whole entire NFL sounds like Brian Kelly, for the love of God, the head coach of LSU football. He's sitting over there whining about reporters asking about his struggling offense the other night after they beat Florida. And he goes, "We played to win that game." No, you didn't. DJ Lagway played to lose that game because his bum ass couldn't stop throwing interceptions. And Billy Napier couldn't get his hand out of his asshole and wouldn't throw in a new quarterback. Throwing Tramel Jones, the backup, for the love of Christ. What are we accomplishing watching DJ throw his third, fourth, fifth pick in the second half? I'm getting fired up again, and I'm talking about the NFL. God damn it. But seriously, you guys sound like all the people complaining about it, about the tush push. Look, it was this offseason, it was voted on to not do away with it, to not penalize, or to not ban it, okay? It is what it is. If you're going to have an issue with it, wait till next offseason. Nobody wants to hear you bitching and complaining about the tush push still because you can't stop it. Hey guys, the Jags were terrible last season. They stopped the tush push like 3 or 4 times against the Eagles when they faced off with them. It's not impossible. It's not rocket science. You just got to do better, okay? Just get good, as the cool kids say. I got swag. I do. Not really. Nah, not really at all, actually. No swag. The rest of the matchups, the Monday night matchup, the Bucks and the Texans, that was a hell of a game. And I don't even mean that from a Jags fan perspective because Houston's now 0-2. Dang, gotta keep taking the sips. It was just a hell of a game. I think both teams, Houston got the ball first, start the game, drove right down the field. CJ Stroud, beautiful deep pass to Nico Collins for the touchdown. Bucks, methodical drive, tied it right back up. Texans get the ball back, get a field goal. Bucks, again, methodical drive, touchdown. It's 14-10, either at the end of the first quarter or early second quarter. Neither team has been stopped yet. And then the scoring just came to a complete standstill. A stalwart, as you might say. Nothing else. I honestly, I don't know if anyone scored until the fourth quarter. Maybe the late third quarter. I think the late third quarter, maybe the Texans got a field goal. And then they scored. It was 19-14. So it was 19-14. Bucks got the ball with like 3 minutes left, maybe a little bit less. And Baker Mayfield made some freaking plays on that drive, man. 4th and 10, he's about to get sacked, evades the dude, hits a little shimmy. I'm shimmying in a queso shirt at 9:30 at night on a Wednesday. I have got to get a girlfriend. Goodness. But Baker shimmies on 4th and 10, scrambles for like 15, 20 yards. He gets like end over end tackle. It's kind of weird. I thought he was going to die. It was kind of scary, but he gets right back up. But still, I mean, it was an insane drive. The Bucks score with, I think, 9 seconds left, 6 seconds. Oh, 6 seconds left. Run it in, go for 2, don't get it, but doesn't matter. They win 20-19. It was a hell of a game. That was a great way. And then the Chargers beat the Raiders. That was a very boring game. Again, you guys just got double this episode. There's some decent games. That Sunday night game was a snoozer. Falcons beat the Vikings 22-6. Now, J.J. McCarthy's injured too. Like, it was a snooze fest. Good Lord. Panthers and Cardinals. Like, the matchups just don't jump off the paper at you. You know what I mean? I guess the headline I did miss was Ben Johnson made his return to Detroit. Now as the head coach of the Bears. And both teams lost week 1. Neither offense looked great at all. So it was kind of a lot of, the Lions were favored. I think a lot of it was because they were the home team and stuff. And the Bears hadn't really proved anything with that new offensive, regime, and the Lions took it to them. Wow, 52-21. What a forgettable return to Detroit. Ben Johnson, get the hell out of that stadium as fast as you can. Oh my goodness. A reporter asked, Ben Johnson after the game if he thinks Dan Campbell and the Lions ran it up. Buddy, did you not watch what the Lions did to literally everybody last season? They ran that score up every damn game. They beat the Jags like 82-3. It was horrible. That's just the Lions. They're just that good, dude. They have all that personnel for a reason on offense. Like, they're not running it up. The defense just stinks. You know what I mean? Like, come on. It's the NFL, bro. Like, this isn't college when Alabama is playing the Florida School for the Deaf and Blind, and they're paying them $1.2 million to come play them at the beginning of the season, and it's 48-0 in the third quarter, and the backups are in just throwing Hail Marys right at the score because that's the only play time they'll ever get. This is the NFL, dude. It's a business, okay? If you don't want to lose 52-21, hey, maybe tell your defense, hey guys, hey, let's all bring it in. Let's take our pom-poms off and play some goddamn defense for once, huh? How about that? What a crazy thought. I hate reporters sometimes, dude. The reporters in the Brian Kelly postgame, completely valid. I don't really care that they just won. Valid. The offense stinks at LSU right now. The reporter that asked Ben Johnson if he thinks Detroit ran it up and was basically like, unsportsmanlike, get the hell out of here, dude. Go get your pom-poms and go in the stands because you don't know ball. Over with. I'm over it. I am. Clearly, as you can tell. I'm not even fazed by it. But week 3, while we're on the NFL, I might as well just double dip on it and get the preview kind of out of the way. Thursday Night Football tomorrow night is the Dolphins and Bills, and that's a divisional matchup. In years past, it's at least some decent game. The Bills kind of own the Dolphins, but at least the games were kind of back and forth. But the Bills open up as an 11.5 point spread, or at least it's Wednesday night. They're an 11.5 point favorite, and I can see it getting more. I can see it getting uglier than that. The Dolphins they don't look like they have any fire. They're not playing with no spunk. The head coach is just Mike McDaniel. I don't know. I think he seems like his seat is scorching hot right now in terms of if he's going to get fired or not. But I think the Bills win that fairly easily. But let's move to Sunday, actually. We'll go to the other primetime games. Sunday night, we got the Chiefs traveling to New York into MetLife Stadium to face the Giants. I mean, look, the Giants put up 37 last weekend. Russell Wilson threw for almost 500. I think he threw for 470. Malik Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson, the two Giants receivers, combined for like almost 200 yards receiving. Maybe they combined for like 270 yards or something. It was something crazy. But I think it's a very big down game coming for the Giants. I mean, it's very hard to replicate big games like that, especially with Russ. He's an aging quarterback. You saw it with the Steelers last year. He came out hot when he got the starting job back, when he came back from injury, and he just fizzled off real quick. And I still think the Steelers should have gone to Fields. It couldn't have gotten any worse. Honestly, it could not have gotten any worse than what Russell Wilson was doing for you at the end of the season. But I think the Chiefs get their first win of the season, win that game. It might not be pretty. Like, it might not be, the Chiefs. The Giants have a pretty good defense. I mean, they just gave up 40 last weekend, so it's kind of hard for me to talk. But Giants have a pretty good defense. I think the Chiefs, I think it's an ugly-ish game. I think the Chiefs probably win like 27-9 or something, like 27-11. Something just, like turn it off, go to bed that night, get a good night's sleep, wake up Monday well-rested. This game's not going to be entertaining, in my opinion. Hey, you could prove me wrong, but I got the Queso shirt on, so Queso never lies. But Monday night, the other primetime game, I'm excited for this one. The Lions, who just put up 52 last weekend, travel to Baltimore to face the Ravens. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. I might need to edit that out. That was horrible. But this is going to be a hell of a matchup. I mean, this is the poor Ravens, dude. Week 1, you got Sunday Night Football. I think they were in Buffalo. They had to travel to Buffalo Sunday Night Football Week 1, AFC divisional matchup, rematch. And now you got Week 3 Monday Night Football. You're hosting the Lions. Dude, good Lord, dude. Those first place schedules for the division winners are no joke. This is going to be a great game. I think Look, it's at home. I know the Lions just scored 52 last weekend, but hey, newsflash: Baltimore put up like 41 against the Browns last weekend. I think the Ravens, they go 2-1. This battle 1-1 teams. Both teams are 1-1. I think the Ravens, the home crowd really gets into it, plays a factor into this one. I think the Ravens go 2-1. Lamar provides a little bit of fireworks too. But now let's go to the Sunday day games. Green Bay, Cleveland. No, we are skipping that one. Indianapolis at Tennessee. Give me Indianapolis strictly because I want to see Tennessee 0-3. That's how much I hate Tennessee. I would rather, both teams are in the AFC South, obviously Jags rivals because, division rivals. I hate Tennessee that much. I would rather the Colts be 3-0 after Sunday I would rather the Colts be 3-0 than the Titans be 1-2 and the Colts be 2-1. I hate Tennessee that much. I would much rather Tennessee be 0-3. I don't even care. I do care, but I don't care. I really hate Tennessee. Give me Indianapolis. They're a 4.5-point favorite. This game's gonna be a dogfight. It's gonna be tough. Tennessee's defense is they're always nasty. Like they play tough. Caleb Ward's he's pretty good, dude. He'll be all right. Next game, Cincinnati at Minnesota. This game lost its spunk quick. Going into last week, it's Cincinnati. You got this matchup. Previewing this matchup, if it was last week before the games, you go the top two receivers in the league face it off. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, LSU boys. Joe Burrow, former Justin Jefferson teammate as well. You got the top two receivers going at it. You got Joe Burrow, the seasoned vet. And obviously the Bengals like T. Higgins, Mike Gesicki, Chase Brown. They got offensive weapons galore. Minnesota has Jordan Addison. They've got T.J. Hawkinson. They've got Justin Jefferson. At running back, they got Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. And then J.J. McCarthy, week one had an electric comeback win. Double-digit comeback win. So you're like, hey, this could be a really good game. It's in Minnesota. Like, this is going to be awesome. Both quarterbacks get injured last week. Come on. Now, the problem is Joe Burrow's out basically the rest of the season. He'll be back late season. I think, obviously, I don't really think it's a stretch to say the Bengals season's going to be over at that point. It will be. I just don't really foresee them being able to maintain the playoff pace with Jake Browning there. Don't let last week fool you. Just don't. But I think, but now Minnesota's got Carson Wentz starting, so this is a battle of the backups. I'm going to go with Jake Browning. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think they win this game. Wow, Bengals. I'm predicting the Bengals to be 3-0 now after that week. Wow. Okay, give me the Bengals on the road. Steelers at Patriots. This is gonna be a tough one. I gotta get moving. We're already 20 minutes into this episode, and this feels like a snooze fest for the listeners. Give me the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers gets back on track. Rams and Eagles, NFC Championship rematch. Maybe I shouldn't go through all these games. Rams and Eagles, NFC Championship rematch. It's so hard to pick against Philly, man. It really is. The Rams offense also still has not kind of gotten clicking yet. It's still sputtering. The defense has won them the games. I think Philly wins this, just ground and pound. Someone's going to wear each other down. I think Philly wins it, 20-20, something like that again. 26-20, something like that. What other matchups do we want? Because good Lord. Ooh, these two ones are good. Houston at Jacksonville. Well, Houston at Jacksonville, good for me. Jacksonville's favored, surprisingly. Houston has owned the Jags at Everbank Stadium. It has been very tough to watch. It's different, man. I don't care what I just said 20 minutes ago about same old Jags. I really think this coaching staff is different. I'm excited for this one. Trevor's taking steps. BTJ's not going to be scared to catch the ball this week because if he is, I'm going to light a fire in his ass and get him fired up. Come on, baby. And Liam Cohen, he connects with the players, man. He's a younger dude. He's a younger guy. I think the players get him, and he coaches hard, but they know it's from a good place too. He's not whatever. Give me the Jags. Give me the freaking Jags, baby. Hope I woke the neighbors up. I don't really care if I did. Hopefully I didn't wake my roommates up, though. Sidebar. I did want to talk about that in the intro. I got carried away on all my tangents. Box it up real quick. Box the NFL talk up real quick. We're on episode 8 officially. We've done the emergency pod, so we're technically on 9 episodes of this talk show. And miraculously, neither of my cousins, my roommates, know about this yet. Somehow, some way, I don't know how. I don't look. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna jinx myself, and one of them's gonna walk in later this episode somehow, some way. But miraculously, they don't know. So now, if you've gotten this far in watching it, leave a comment. What's your prediction over under on number of episodes? And we're starting. We're 9 in, so we'll count this as episode 9. Over under what episode number do you think that until they find out? I'm very curious. I don't think it's gonna go on much longer. I'm gonna guess 12. I'm going to guess by episode 12 they figure it out. So in the next couple of weeks. But let me know. Okay? All right. And back to the NFL. Last matchup I want to talk about, Denver at Los Angeles. This is an AFC West matchup. Both teams, actually, no, the Chargers are 2-0. Denver's 1-1. Denver beat Tennessee in week 1, lost to Colts on the heartbreaker last weekend. Leverage. What are you doing, dude? You idiot. Chargers 2-0, beat the Chiefs in Brazil. Hell yeah. And then a snoozer against the Raiders. Hell yeah, I guess. Whatever. This one's tough, dude. This one's really tough. I really like Bo Nix. I watched him a lot last season because he was on my fantasy team. So I watched a lot of Broncos, games towards as the season went on. But they're fun, dude. They're really fun. The problem is the Chargers are also really fun. And I got Justin Herbert on my fantasy team this year. So it's in LA, which doesn't really matter. Chargers fan base isn't great. They don't turn out that well. Now look, now that 2-0, they got some hype. Maybe they do. Denver's got a really good fan base. They travel, and I think they'll travel well. So the home crowd isn't really going to be a huge factor for the Chargers in terms of their favor. But oh man, does Denver start 1-2? Do the Chargers start 3-0? Wow, I don't know. All right, thinking of number 1 through 10, Andy. 7. All right, Chargers win this game. Chargers go 3-0. Denver, another heartbreaker, goes to 1-2. Give me the Chargers. They're running it in the AFC West this season. That's all for the NFL, folks. We don't need any more. Okay. To college football. Look, we're already 27 minutes in. I don't know. I honestly, we're going marathon app. I don't even care. We've got coffee in us. We got long day ahead of us. I'm going to be dragging tomorrow, but you know what? I don't really care. It's worth it, man. I just love talking ball, and I don't even know who listens. I don't really care how many people listen. Honestly, the more the merrier. I would like that, but for all the dedicated listeners, I hope y'all enjoy this. The longer the better. Pause. I don't care. Get your minds out of the gutter. We've got, I don't want to make this a marathon up and then everyone's just asleep at the wheel, because then I would feel very bad if you guys got into a car crash or if you drifted off the road a little bit, messed up the car, paint job, because who wants to listen to Andy just ramble on this long, you little boring idiot. But I got beef with this AP Top 25. We had beef last week with Spirit Airlines. The beef continues. I still need to buy my ticket. Oh my God, you idiot. They still haven't figured out the whole visa thing. Spirit, you're on my shit list. But the beef has mainly transferred to the AP Top 25. It's a joke, man. It really is a joke. I made some notes last week when I was looking at it, or on Monday when I was looking at it. But first off, this is no FSU hatred at all. Look, they're really good. They're probably going to steamroll Florida this season. But why does FSU move up 3 spots? So they were 10th. They're 7th now. They moved up 3 spots without playing a game. Okay? They had a bye week last weekend. They jumped Texas. Okay. Let me go to my second point. My second point was Texas is still in the top 10. They're number 8. They were 7. They dropped to 8. It's pitiful they're in the top 10. They have not played like a top 10 team all season. I don't care. Their defense has been played well. Yes, whatever. Texas is not a top 10 team right now. They have looked horrible. Their offense looks stagnant at best. Or actually mediocre at best. Like Texas, legitimately, I talked about it on Sunday. Texas legitimately looks like an 8-4 team right now. Because I could see them losing to Georgia. I could see them losing to Oklahoma. I could see them losing another one of those toss-up games. Like, I don't know, man. Like, they just don't look like a top 10 team. But so I understand Florida State jumping them. That's fine, because it's still a little weird that they didn't play. Texas played. They won. They look like crap, and you jump them. But FSU jumps Illinois. Illinois, again, they're number 9. Illinois didn't move. They stayed at 9. I don't understand. it's too much preseason bias. It really is. It's the same thing with Texas, Illinois, a lot of these teams. And that's why Notre Dame is still ranked at 0-2. I mean, I get it. They've played two really good teams. Notre Dame lost to Miami and Texas A&M. Miami's number 4 in the nation. Texas A&M is number 10. They lost to 2 top 10 teams. Okay, I get it. At the end of the season, you're probably gonna be ranked top 15. I understand it. Right now, no way in hell do you deserve a top 24 ranking. If we're basing the top 25 on performances this season, you've lost both games. I don't give a shit. You've lost them both. I don't care that they were both close. You lost them. You should not be ranked at 0-2. It's an utter atrocity. It is. Okay, back to FSU. Why did they jump Illinois on a bye week? And Illinois, granted, they played a cupcake-ish team. I think they played Wyoming, maybe. I'm trying to go to the schedule. Oh, they played Western Michigan. Okay, not a great team, but they took care of business. They won 38-0. Why did a team win by 38 points, not give up a single point, and someone jumps them who didn't even play that weekend? What? AP top 25. What do we have going on here? I don't understand it at all. Is a team this weekend going to lose and then move up because it was like, oh, it's a really good loss? Get the hell out of here. Shut up. You're stupid, okay? Next gripe about it, Georgia. Went on the road to Knoxville, Tennessee. The train just never came off the track. It looked like it was going to in the first quarter, in the first half. It really did look like that train was starting to wobble. The train cars, whoa, it really did. But they never wavered. They won in the walk, or they won in overtime. My gripe is, why don't they have a first place vote? There's, let me do some quick math, 60, 62, 65, 66 first place votes, it looks like, that are given out. LSU has 2, Miami has 3, and Oregon has 1. Okay, there's your breakdown. Why? Okay, and look, Georgia's ranked 5th. Oregon is ranked 6th, so Oregon's ranked below them. They got a first place vote. Miami has 3 ranked above them. I get it. They have, well, yeah, they have a better resume, actually, than Georgia. Yeah, don't get me wrong. They have a better resume. Resume. Golly, Andy. Is there some alcohol in this Sunkist? Good night. They do have a better resume. Miami's beaten two ranked teams. They beat Notre Dame and South Florida. But why doesn't Georgia have a first place vote? I mean, I did just say last weekend that against Austin Peay they didn't look great. They steamrolled Marshall as you should, but I don't know, man. It's Georgia. If you're going to put this much preseason bias into these polls as there is, it's apparent here. I don't know what they say if there is preseason, like previous season factored into it a little bit or stuff like that, which it has to be. But if you're going to have this much bias in it in terms of last season, preseason stuff that has that much stock, Georgia deserves first place for at least 1 or 2. I do not care. It's kind of ridiculous that Oregon has 1 and they don't. Look, it is. Seriously. Okay, if you want to go that far, Penn State should not have 5 and Georgia not have 1. There, I said it. It's not really a outlandish statement whatsoever. That's just what it is, man. I don't get it, man. But moving on, I guess, we're going to talk about teams not deserving to move up, okay? Iowa State. Now, I picked them in the Week 0 game when they played in Dublin. They played in Dublin against Kansas State, and they beat them. I picked them. I did. I like Iowa State. They were really good last season. They look really good again this season. My gripe with them is, look, they're 4-0 because they played the Week 0 game. They haven't had a bye week yet. Last weekend, they went on the road to play Arkansas State, okay? Their last out-of-conference game, I believe. Maybe one more out-of-conference game. No, actually, no, that was it. Yeah, their last out-of-conference game. We went to Arkansas State. I think they were a 21 or 22-point favorite. It was in the low 20s. So, you're a 3-score favorite, okay? You won 24-16, okay? They won the game. That's all that matters. You won the game. It was ugly. Look, the week before you played Iowa, it was just an absolutely grueling match defensively. I get it. You're looking ahead to more Big 12 matchups this weekend and coming forward, and you're like, look, one last cupcake game before it gets started. I understand it's a letdown game, but you won by 8. Why in the world do they move up 2 spots? I don't really get it. I don't understand it at all. I mean, Iowa State was 14th last weekend. They moved up to 12th. The only team that dropped, really like below them, that was above them, was Notre Dame. Notre Dame dropped 16 spots to 24th. Again, they shouldn't even be ranked, but they didn't. I don't understand it. Like, they didn't jump anybody. They just jumped up 2 spots. Tennessee State put at 15. Now, I don't even understand this right now. Oh, I get it. Okay. No, still, I just don't get it. I don't understand why they moved up 2 spots after an 8-point win against a vastly inferior opponent. I don't understand it. I guess I don't have to, or I never will, because, yeah, I don't know, man. I'll ask right about the top 25 poll. I really do feel like it's a snoozer episode. I really do feel like it, and I am sorry if it is. But I just love talking NFL, college football, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. But I called it last week. I'm pretty sure I called it. I did. I said USF is going to lose this weekend in Miami, and they're going to drop to, I said if they stay in the poll, they're going to drop to like 23 to 25th range. Get that pity stay rank, or pity stay ranked rank. Or they're just going to drop out. And I said, and look, Miami throttled them. They did. Miami did exactly what they needed to do against an inferior opponent. But why does a team that has a better resume so far, 3 weeks into the season, a month in, we'll say a month in. Okay, cool, whatever. 3 weeks in, 4 games in, depending on if you played in week 0. Why does a team that has a better resume than 98% of the country, why are they unranked? They beat 2 ranked teams, okay? They beat Boise State, who was ranked 25th at the time, and they beat Florida, who I believe was 13th at the time, and then they lost. You got throttled. Okay, whatever. You lost to number 4 Miami, you lost, at the time they were number 5. You lost to number 5. So you beat number 25, number 13, and lost to number 5. All 3 games, mind you, on the road. All 3 games on the road, okay? On what planet are they unranked? I guarantee you, if Florida started the season and faced, I don't even care about the teams, who they are, but if Florida played the 25th ranked team of the season, and Florida's unranked, mind you, if they were unranked, Florida played the 25th team of the season, and they beat them, Florida probably jump into 21st or something, okay? They jump into 21st. If the next week they beat the 13th ranked team, they might be ranked 13th the week after, or they might be 16th maybe, 13th. And I'm judging just by AP, how the AP goes. They should be ranked even higher if you go by resume for the season, but they would be ranked in the teens, mid to low teens. Well, mid to early teens, I guess. How about that? And then if they went on the road again, and hypothetically all 3 road games and lost to number 5, in the way USF did, they'd probably drop to 17th maybe. And that's it. It's at that. They're 2-1. They've had a great resume. And honestly, I could be lowballing it. I think they might even jump higher. I think they may put a team like Florida or a big name team like that even higher. They may put them in the top 10 after 2 straight ranked wins. They may. I mean, look at FSU. They're 7th now, and they beat Alabama. All they've beaten is Alabama. They beat Alabama, and they beat a directional school. And they're ranked 7th in the country. You know what I mean? Like, that's the prime example. What am I doing with this hypothetical? That's the hypothetical right there. It's reality, Andy. Hey, idiot, what are you doing? Use your noggin. I know it's late and all. You've been up forever. You've worked for. Use your freaking noggin. FSU is the example right there. They beat a top 10 Alabama team to start the season, and they immediately were ranked 13th, okay? Then you beat a directional school 80 bajillion to -4. You killed them. And then you moved up to 10th. And then on a bye week, you won the bye week so well, you killed the bye week so well, you moved up to 7th. That's what I'm saying. USF has an even better resume than FSU so far this season, and they're unranked. What? I'm getting worked up, man. Billy, you let this happen. Whatever. That's my gripe. So I'm over it. Not really. I'm not over it, but I'm over it for now. Gotta be. But we'll try to speed run these headline matchups this weekend. Yeah, just quick. I'm not so comfortable on this couch right now. It's a lovely evening. Hope you guys are, if you guys are still sticking around, thank you. And it's a great evening. I really can't wait for it to cool off so I don't have to have this fan on all the time right next to me. I would just rather keep the doors open, just let the cool air come in. But alas, we live in Florida, and that's not reality for a while. But Ranked matchups, the best matchups of the week for college football. A lot of them are just top 25-ish matchups. But the first one, comes on a big noon Saturday. Well, it's not big noon. Actually, it is. It's the big noon game of the week. It's not even the Big 10, though. It's the Big 12, you hookers. Texas Tech, the mighty Red Raiders, traveling all the way to Utah to face the Fighting Utes. And I said it, I mentioned it as in terms of this is where College Game Day probably should have gone, or at least they should have considered it over Coral Gables to watch the absolute slaughter of the Gators this weekend that's going to happen. Don't even get me started on that. It's going to be a drubbing. It is. It's going to be horrible. I think the final score of the Miami-Florida game might be something along the lines of like 27-6. I could see that. And it's going to be an ugly 27-6. Let me get back on track here. But the mighty Red Raiders go to Utah. I think this game has huge, ginormous... Is that on the TV? I just saw that was disgusting. That was creepy. I think this game has huge, ginormous Big 12 championship implications. It does. I'm not gonna go as far as to say the winner is going to the Big 12 championship, but I could easily see that. Both these teams are ranked in the teens. I think they should be ranked higher. Utah should be ranked higher. They look really good. Texas Tech has just absolutely dismantled the 3 no-name opponents they faced. It's been bad. But they got biggest game of the season. You're on the road at Utah. You're a 3.5-point dog, which honestly, in terms of betting, I kind of think it's an even matchup. It's just the home field advantage. Oh, man. Oh, who am I going with this game? Come on, Andy. Think. Give me Utah. Utah's defense has been much more reliable, shut down, locked down. And look, clearly both teams are playing inferior opponents, but Utah's defense has shown up more, I believe, than Texas Tech's defense has. And so I think when you're on a much more level playing field now that you're in conference play, you're facing another ranked team. I think the defensive, I don't even want to say deficiencies, but just it being a little bit below the level of Utah's, I think it's going to show. I think Utah wins it. It's going to be a great game. I'm so excited to be following this, but I won't be able to watch because I'm going to be at Busch Gardens on Saturday. Woo! I'm sorry for this, but give me the Utah Utes. I think they cover. 3.5 is not a big spread. I think they cover. I do. Next one. This isn't a ranked matchup, but Arkansas at Memphis. Arkansas lost a dogfight to Ole Miss last weekend. I believe it was a 41-35. Arkansas's offense is fun, man. It's fun. Their defense, not that fun. Big head shake no from Mandy. Not a fun defense to watch, but fun offense. And in your favor, you're facing Memphis, who is supposed to be an inferior opponent somewhat, but very level playing field in this game. Arkansas is on the road a 7.5-point favorite. So clearly Vegas likes Arkansas a lot, which is, I don't know, maybe I just don't know anything about Memphis. Memphis 3-0 at least. Hey, they've taken care of business. But this could be a great game. Dude, the noon slate is awesome on Saturday. Wow. Very sneaky underrated right there. I was oxymoron. Sneaky underrated. No, that's the same thing. Sneaky underrated. You're an idiot, Andy. You're an idiot. I say I'm gonna give me Arkansas to win. I don't know about cover. I think that's gonna be a good game. I think it really could be a 1-possession game. So give me Arkansas to win, but Memphis covers this game. Syracuse at Clemson. Clemson is a 16.5-point favorite, which I know Syracuse has not looked great this season. They've looked like a shell of themselves compared to last year, but 16.5 is a lot. I say Clemson wins. I don't know about cover, but I say Clemson wins that game. I do. Let's keep it moving. A game that lost a lot of its pizzazz this weekend, the South Carolina-Missouri game. Lenore Sellers is hurt. Shane Beamer, the South Carolina head coach, was asked about it yesterday about an update on Lenore Sellers, and his response was not very encouraging. He said, "We release an injury report on Wednesday night. Tune in then." That's not very encouraging, Mr. Beamer. Shane, why don't you just be open about it? I mean, if I'm Missouri, I'm already planning on not playing Lenore Sellers. It's pretty simple. He didn't even... Whatever. You're going on a tangent here. I know coaches like to not show their hand and all that crap. Whatever. Give me Missouri on that game. I don't really want to go over that game, but give me Missouri. I just don't think Lenore Sellers plays. One of the other headline matchups, Auburn at Oklahoma. Wow. Battle of the Jackson Arnold sweepstakes. I cannot talk tonight, Andy. Lock it in. But Jackson Arnold was a freshman last year at Auburn, struggled mightily. No, sorry, I got this completely backwards. Jackson Arnold was a freshman at Oklahoma last year, struggled mightily. The fan base soured on him very quickly. He was benched. He transferred out, obviously. He's at Auburn now, as I just spoiled that because I'm an idiot. He's at Auburn now. They've looked decent. They had a really good win over Baylor in week 1. The problem was they were running Jackson Arnold like Haynes King at Georgia Tech. He ran it like 20 times, like 15, 20 times. And it's some power running. It's like old school Tim Tebow running. The problem is he's not Tim Tebow body physique. He's not built like Tim Tebow. And so it brings into question like, oh my God, how much can he do this all season? Like, is he going to be able to walk at the end of the season if he keeps doing this? But hey, they're 3-0. I think either 3-0 or 2-0. They might have a bye week. But Oklahoma's 3-0, and that offense looks like it's cooking. They got John Napier, transfer, Heisman favorite. He's from Washington State. Washington State knows how to make some quarterbacks, dude. They really do. It's kind of crazy. Cam Ward transferred from Washington State to Miami last year and was a Heisman contender, or a Heisman finalist, actually. Number 1 pick, obviously. Now John Natier's looking like he could be right down that same path. I mean, he's looking really scary. And Oklahoma, look, they got Brent Venables as their head coach. They're always going to have a really competitive, really good defense. It's always going to fight for you. The problem was, like, last year, they had a top 20 defense, I think. Yeah, I don't know about top 20. They had a very good defense. But they just didn't have the offense to back it up. Now, it looks like they're putting it all together, dude. Like, they got the offense. The defense is still just chugging along. And they could make some noise in the SEC, dude. They got a tough schedule. And obviously, look, almost all the SEC teams have a tough SEC schedule. That's just how it is. It's just we did away with the divisions, and it's just a freaking bloodbath every year. I hate it, but I also love it. but I gotta give my prediction. Oklahoma is a 6.5-point favorite. I think they win that game. I think Auburn's offense is just not dynamic enough to keep up with Oklahoma. And on top of that, I also think Oklahoma's defense is good enough to limit Auburn. I guess that kind of goes hand in hand because it's not that dynamic. But I just think Oklahoma's offense has a not a much higher gear, but it has a higher gear than Auburn's. So give me Oklahoma. If you're a betting man, pick Oklahoma. Dub and cover, baby. Let's go. Boomer sooner. Other than that, rest of the matchups, I'm kind of scrolling through. I mean, oh, how can I forget about this one? Oh my God. Illinois and Indiana, baby. Let's go. Top 20 matchup. Had to finish off the sun kiss so I could talk about this game. This is going to be a great game. Again, this one also sneakily has Big Ten championship implications. Everyone thinks the Big Ten championship is just going to be 2 of the 3 of Ohio State, Penn State, and Oregon. Kind of just set it and forget it. That's what everyone thought last year. Again, that's what they just thought. Ohio State, Penn State, and Oregon. It's going to be 2 of those 3. And it was. It kind of was. Penn State and Oregon. But Indiana went 11-1. I think Illinois went 9-3, maybe 10-3. I don't remember after the bowl game. But I mean, this game could be sneaky, like Big Ten championship implications. I mean, there's going to be a lot of teams, I think, in the Big Ten with 1 or 2 losses. And so if you can avoid that second loss, if you can avoid this loss, that could end up being one of your 2 losses, Indiana, Illinois, one of the 2. Indiana has Oregon and Penn State this season as their big Big Ten opponents. Wow, as their higher Big Ten opponents. They avoid Ohio State. I think they avoid Michigan this year, I believe. But those are going to be tough games, Oregon and Penn State. I think they got one of those at home, maybe. So, hey, maybe you can upset them. Let's go. Fist fight them. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Hoosiers. Kurt Signetti, I freaking love you. I'm your biggest fan. Actually, I'm your second biggest fan. Jacob Cooper's your biggest fan. But I'm not far behind. I promise you that. I'm talking all this much. Give me Indiana, man. I know Illinois is top 10. I know they returned a lot from last year. I don't care, man. Give me Indiana. They're at home. It's a 7:30 game, primetime kickoff. I think the Hoosiers, I think that stadium is going to be rocking, dude. Give me the Hoosiers. They're 5.5-point favorite, dub and cover. I think they win and cover that game. I do. Genuinely, I think they do. But overall, that is about all the matchups. That's about all I had planned for this episode, I believe. I know we went really long. We're at about 50 minutes, I believe. I'm sorry. Again, I know I apologize. I'm sorry if it's a snoozer. I feel like I wasn't that funny this episode. It was really just a lot of in-depth analysis. Not really in-depth analysis. It was just a lot of predictions and, yucking it up, man. Yucking ball. That's really all it is. But to recap, in the comments, I want you to if you're still listening, in the comments, text me, whatever. let me know by what episode do you think they figure out, my cousins figure out about this podcast. You know, they find out about it, and then at that point, the whole family's going to know because nobody can keep their freaking mouth shut in my family. I swear to God. News just spread like wildfire in my family. I swear. No privacy whatsoever. I got a text this past weekend from my dad. I was there for my mom. I walked in for 2 minutes. And he said, "Hey, Andy, what are you doing at Bottoms Up right now?" I said, "Let a man go to a strip club in peace, for the love of God. I was just checking out the $6 steaks they had, okay? God, I wasn't even looking at the women or the tits. I don't care. I was looking at the dudes. I wasn't. I should probably edit that out. I don't really care. We're keeping it in. I don't even care. But let me know what episodes you think by the time they figure it out. Let me know. Let me know what else you want me to talk about next episode. You know, probably going to recap all that. I'll let you know how the Busch Gardens trip was. I haven't been there in years, since I was like 8 or 9, I think. Maybe I was like 11 or 12. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever been to one down in Tampa, actually, to be honest with you. I really don't think so. But, hell of an episode. I was, got on here late at night. I don't really care. It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to be tired in the morning. I really do not care. I'm freaking pumped up, man. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to try... maybe Sunday, maybe Monday night recording, maybe even Tuesday. We might push to Tuesday just so I got all the college football NFL slate done and over with. We'll see. We'll just see how the time allotment is. But love you guys. See you the next time.